What do all these clips have in common with the thumbnail of the nightstand? Absolutely nothing. I actually did 90% of this work and messed it up. So today on Character Red Workshop, we're going to build version 2 of this nightstand. Stick around. So here I am starting over. And the goal with version 2 was use as much of the remaining wood from version 1 as I possibly could. So let's see how I did it. After I got the back and the sides down to length, I pulled out my Masca M1 pocket hole system, and it was time to make some pocket holes because that's how I planned on joining the sides to the back. So after I get the glue on, the sides up, and then set all the screws, I really just wanted to make sure it's as square as possible. That's why I've got the square just there with me. And then after that, I check it, make sure it's all good. Left over from version 1 of this nightstand is a full-length piece of skinny plywood. So I cut it to the dimensions that I wanted, and now I'm going to cut it down. I cut this into 4 drawers. The nightstand that I'm building only has 2. But I'm going to make one eventually here in the future. So I recently received this HomeRite sprayer, and I was really nervous to use this for the first time. I'm not going to lie. But after using it, I've used this on a couple of projects since then, and it cuts down my time tremendously. We're going to put down a layer of white, and that's how we're going to get our distressed look. Once we sand it, it will naturally distress. This table saw has been a beast. It's only $200, but not for a second do I trust it to cut these 45-degree miters that I'm doing. So a good way to do that is use the UG1 universal gauge from Bridge City Toolworks. Thankfully, with version 1, I never really got to the sides and to the top because I'm using walnut, and we all know that walnut is expensive. So I wanted to use as much of the lumber that I'd already purchased for this as possible. Now that I cut that wide board, I'm going to mirror up a miter that I had from version 1, and I'm going to actually cut this to where I can get double the stock from one board. Now once we get done ripping this board down, we're going to go into doing our 45-degree miter cuts. So it's really repetitive, and I'm only going to show you 4. This HPA block plane from Bridge City Toolworks came sharp right out of the box. And I wanted to put a micro chamfer on here because I wanted a chamfer, but I didn't really want it to stand out like a really big one. Semi-aspiring professional tip. I've never saw a glue joint fail because of too much glue. It's always been because I never added enough glue. That is all. Now that the sides are nailed into place for these miters, I can start laying out how I want the top. And I'm going to join these by using my biscuit joiner, and I laid it out by using my Craig Multi-Mark. So This biscuit joiner did a great job. This is actually one of the first times that I've used it. Now that the top has set overnight and had an opportunity to dry, it's time to take it out of clamps and start the routing process. For the bottom, I'm going with everybody's favorite, a nice sweet chamfer. Now that the chamfer is complete, I'm going to flip it over to the top and I'm going to do a roundover. I know, nobody likes roundovers, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to throw down a couple of coats of spray poly to complete it, and then I grabbed a couple of pictures and glamour shots once I got it into the bedroom. And that's it for the nightstand, guys. I appreciate you staying tuned to this video. And if you could, give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you hit that subscribe button, but no pressure. And as always, we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.